Hi, this is Lada from astrolada.com with your November 2018 horoscopes. And this month is something else. I mean, there's so many amazing shifts that are starting to happen from November. The energy is changing and we're all going to feel it collectively. Jupiter is moving from Scorpio into Sagittarius, and usually the influence of a planet moving from one sign into another is most powerful at the beginning and also at the end when it's leaving. So Jupiter will make some gift to all of us in regards to Scorpio, where we've worked hard over the last 1 year. But this time, when Jupiter enters into Sagittarius, things will start happening much easier because Sagittarius is the sign of Jupiter. Things will start flowing naturally, more positively. While Jupiter was in Scorpio, it still gave us, but through some crisis first, through some, because it's the nature of Scorpio, some crisis, or first the death of something old, so Jupiter can give birth to something new, because Scorpio is this sign about death and rebirth. So it was, yes, it gave us some expansion as well and some growth, but through more extreme ways, circumstances, through crisis of some sort. While Jupiter going to Sagittarius, wow, I mean, it's in its own sign, expansion threefold. And you're going to start feeling it from November, all of us. So we're going to speak about Jupiter, how it's going to affect you for the next 1 year in different, according to your sign. We're going to speak about the nodes, the karmic nodes where fate is changing. They're changing signs as well. I'm going to say a few quick words about what it means for you for the next year and a half, what fated events are going to be happening in your life. There is also triple manifestation this month, and I'm going to speak about it. This is according to ancient Gemini astrology. There will be a trigger of 4 houses for every person that can manifest very powerfully. So this month is really happening. It can be extremely positive. There's some difficult influences as well we'll talk about. But just to let you know that I'm doing a webinar with April on Jupiter in Sagittarius on the 9th of November. It's only $29 if you come early. And if you sign it now, or $39 if you want us to look at your chart and send you an email with what Jupiter will specifically affect you, so you know which part of the webinar is most relevant for you. And also, it's going to be very in-depth, we're going to follow everything. And also, early bird announcement for the 2019 horoscopes. Each one will be about an hour and a half long, in-depth, with days of birth, with month-by-month prediction, with everything will be I've been working on those, and I'll be working for a couple of months. And they're coming out in the middle of November. And if you order from now till the middle of November, one sign is $3.99, or all 12 signs for about $15.99. So amazing things, exciting things ahead. And let's start with the predictions. So Scorpio, Jupiter is coming out of your sign. And what did it give you? Think back on it. Were there some new beginnings in your life? Some powerful opportunities that came? But usually, as everything Scorpio, even when the benefic planet Jupiter transits there, it tends to give opportunities after some crisis, or after first something to die, or something has to be destroyed. And then, so even the new beginnings for Scorpio rising people, or Scorpio with the sun in Scorpio, or moon, it's somehow like it's always, there's a bit more drama for everything, even with the great benefics. And Jupiter is leaving your sign on the 8th of November, which usually it makes a gift to the person. And it can be a gift that personally benefits you. And if it's your sun in Scorpio, it might be a gift related to something, to some important male figure in your life. It might be a gift, something good coming to you in regards to your career or goal or purpose. If it's your moon is in Scorpio, in regards to your personal life, in regards to something good coming to you from a woman or from family, or something to do with the home and property and nurturing and parenting and living conditions. If it's your ascendant, overall, a gift of more weight. I'm kidding. No, but a gift of some new beginnings in your life. And the opportunity to proceed with something. And especially this is also Scorpio season. When Jupiter is leaving your sign, we're in the middle of Scorpio season, which is all about new beginnings for Scorpio. So November can be a powerful month of new beginnings for you because Jupiter has, and new inspirations as well. But Jupiter is entering from the 9th of November, your second house, which means that over the next 12 months, there will be opportunities to expand exponentially your resources materially, especially if your ascendant is in Scorpio. To a lesser degree, the sun or the moon. It's more like psychological there. From the ascendant is the material results. From the moon also you can see material results. From the sun it's more like, and the moon is more psychological, but there will be a desire to start expanding your resources, to start expanding your base knowledge as well. Anything that we gather and collect, you can start getting big collections of things as well. You can benefit in some way from something that you possess that brings you more value and more worth, and your self-worth will increase over the next 1 year. And this starts very powerfully from November already. So you might not immediately start making like 10 times more than normal, but Jupiter in Sagittarius is very manifesting. It is because it's its own sign, and it gives like it's supposed to give. So it can increase your knowledge in regards to matters connected to resources and finances. You can attend classes and webinars and higher knowledge which reveal you which changes your philosophy in regards to anything connected to material financial success. And you can start believing it's going to be like faith-based, the change that happens in you. Something will transform your point of view in regards to resources, to money, and it will be more optimistic and more globalistic. You'll find very likely more sources of income that are more international, more global, more connected to international connections and to traveling of some sort, because Jupiter symbolizes all those things. So by increasing your higher knowledge, or by increasing your wisdom and philosophical outlook, this is also what's going to increase your resources and finances. But something will shift here that directly impacts your ability to manifest materially. And this opening starts already from November, because Jupiter and Mercury are both activating your second house after the 9th of November. And that's, according to ancient Jaimini astrology, means triple manifestation. The ruler of the sign is there, plus Mercury and Jupiter. So the ruler is Jupiter already anyway. So it means that in regards to money, the last 20 days of November, something valuable can come to you, some important piece of information, some opportunity. Write it down, because things are starting to move already from November. You don't have to wait later on. And even if it sounds too good to be true, it might be because Neptune is making square and it's going retrograde from your second house. Mercury is making a square to Neptune in your fifth house. Neptune is there of creative new ideas. So it might be a bit over the top, this new idea that will create more financial security in your life and stability and more self-worth and self-value. It might be over the top a little bit, but don't dismiss it because of this beneficial triple manifesting influence. Even if it doesn't play out exactly like you imagine it throughout later on, this is the beginning of it. So pay attention. You can also gain something valuable the last 20 days of the month, something that you and it's not necessary to be of a material value, because Mercury and Jupiter in Sagittarius are more likely to bring you something valuable that will expand your resources and financial stability, but maybe more like an idea still, but also materially, okay. And at the same time, Jupiter and Mercury affect the last 20 days of November your 8th house as well. So you can benefit and you can receive some material support from a partner, from a person, ask for a loan, or from a spouse, or present. You can receive a present from someone, from insurance, from inheritance, from pooled resources, from some investments that you have made somewhere, where you've put your money with other people of some sort, with some stocks. This can manifest now. So if you're involved with money of any sorts, with other people's resources, this is manifesting. If you're involved in any careers that are about emergency, other people's resources, other life and death situations. Again, this month will be good for you, for your career, for the opportunities for you. If you're involved in any way with any creative project, the fifth house is also triple manifesting, and so is the 11th. Some creative idea can come, and somehow all those things are interconnected. The creative idea that comes, like an idea maybe for a new business or something that is your own personal, that will affect your money, that will positively influence you to receive mutual resources as well, and to create more networks and contacts with others. The 11th house and gains. 11th house is gains again. So the last 20 days of the month are very beneficial financially for you. There might be certain losses because of the Neptune square Mercury from the second house, but it's more like due to missing certain details and miscommunication of some sort. But generally, you should be able to manifest. Also, some friendships will appear, the 11th house, some beneficial connections that help you further your goals, some networking that happens. You can increase or benefit through your audience, or even receive some recognition and title of this 11th house, which is what it's connected from in regards to some project, despite of Mercury being retrograde the second part of the month, despite of Venus being retrograde the first part of the month. Because of this, if ancient astrology is correct, this triple activation from the 10th of November. Yes, there can be some complications of those retrograde planets, some omission of details, some expecting things to be different than they turn out to be, but it's positive. The final manifestation is positive financially for you, socially, puts you in creative ideas as well, and you can receive support from others. On another level as well, the nodes are changing signs. So the North Node is moving into Rahu, as we call it, into your 9th house, while Ketu is moving into your 3rd house, Scorpios. What does it mean? Well, when Rahu moves into the 9th house of our belief systems, we start to challenge, because Rahu is risk-taking and progressive and does not like the old. It wants to explore new territories. So in regards to your belief systems, you're going to start wanting to explore new belief systems, new exotic ones, maybe say Buddhism, or you want start. Rahu is very ambitious. You want privileges, and you want to be recognized as a more philosophical, intellectual person. So you'll dive with a lot more passion into exploring higher knowledge, exploring whether it's an astrology or some other more alternative belief system, more different than the religion or the belief system you were raised with. Someone can almost like shatter your belief system. Some new exotic person can appear that has very different outlook on life, might be even a foreign person of some sort, that shatters your idea of your concept of world, and your 9th house is our goals for the future for us, our vision for ourselves. Well, Rahu will change this over the next year and a half and introduce new exotic belief systems. It can introduce and make a big opening for international travel and any kind of global international undertakings. And so if if you're going to be doing and Jupiter expanding your finances, I'm saying, and Jupiter is connected also in Sagittarius to foreign countries, and Rahu gaining privileges through foreign countries and global reach. I advise you to do it by not local, because look, Ketu, the emptying force in the next year and a half, will be in your 3rd house, which means connect locally through newspapers, through radio, television. No, go international. Go on a large scale with whatever projects you're doing. Also, Rahu in the 9th house can indicate that you'd be very ambitious to find the right teacher. You'd be hungry to find a teacher or a mentor figure of some sort, or a father figure. It can also indicate chaos happening in the life of your father, but Rahu has his dark side as well. It can indicate you being misled into very exotic new belief systems, which might like a fake guru or a fake mentor. But I'm going to focus on the positive of Rahu, and I'm going to speak about the negative in the 2019 horoscopes, which are just $3.99 per sign. I'm going to go much more in depth in this Rahu Ketu cycle because it's so important. So on another level, yes, exotic teachings and foreign access to foreign travel and contacts, um, passion about spiritual and philosophical research, or opportunities through academia, through academic opportunities. You can become very ambitious to achieve certain prestige, because Rahu is looking for prestige, for recognition through right connections in the intellectual spheres, through international spheres, or through right connections through university by expanding your degrees of some sort. Uh, but there is a chance for being misled again, because Rahu can enter into activities way over one's head, can take on too much. Ketu in the third house indicates that, um, yes, like you have to detach from your local environment. Like, oh, so imagine you go out every day with the same friends, you have a few beers, you hang out with the same colleagues, you talk to the same people on the phone, you go to the same shop. These things, you're going to become detached or disinterested towards those things. This is what Ketu does. You might even disconnect relationships with such people over the next year and a half, because you're going out to unfamiliar territories to explore. You just get bored with your daily, the same people and stuff like that, or they just disappear from your life little by little. So you can explore those more exotic ones. And on a more negative level, it can indicate some difficulties in the life, or in relationships with siblings, because Ketu will be there with Saturn, Ketu will be there with Pluto. Some difficult situations with siblings, with relatives, with colleagues, and teammates, and playmates. Small collaboration in small group environment can feel like such a bore, and can feel like, you just want to go and explore something new, different, and rather than hang out with those same people. And it might be hard for you even to collaborate in small team for work, and you might get disinterested in commercial business activities and or the organization, third house, all of those things, and uh, your local culture and environment as well. Anyway, uh, and what else? I think we covered the most important things. There is this triple activation of the second, eighth, 11, and fifth house that we spoke about, which is great for creative opportunities to manifest, even for getting pregnant if you want that. Fifth house and the eighth house, they're both connected to pregnancy, and for material gains and personal and others' resources and networks that help you as well, and increasing your influence to others as well. So thank you so much, Scorpio, and hopefully you'll join me on my Sagittarius, Jupiter and Sagittarius webinar on the 9th of November with April, or you're gonna watch the 2019 videos, which till the 15th of November are just $3.99 per video, just to cover the expenses of the 2 months work that I'm putting into them. So thank you.